Hello and howdy, everyone. Last night I saw the Talking Heads concert film, Stop Making Sense. I've seen the film several times. I think I've even watched it within the last maybe year and a half to a year. I have the Blu-ray. I know I watched it here at home, I think within the year. And this is the first time I saw it on the big screen. And I was incredibly pleased. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a 10 for me. I've seen it. The Talking Heads, they were like my big college discovery. Sophomore in college, I think I actually got this soundtrack. That was my initiation into the Talking Heads, and I have since become like obsessed with them. I think the Talking Heads are like the band of the 80s. I know that other music happened in the 80s, but I don't know what it is, because to me the 80s are the Talking Heads. I think David Byrne is a genius. I think he's like the great American artist. I can't think of a much more prime example. I just think he is... he seems to exist to just get his vision out into the world. Whatever exists in his head must be realized. Whether he's an architect, he's a musician, obviously, he's a painter, he's a writer, he's a director. He's an artist. He's an artist, and I think that's the highlight here is to see a great American artist at the peak of his powers. Stop Making Sense was filmed, oh gosh, I want to say maybe 78, 77, or no, I'm way off on that. Let me reverse that, 87, not 78. I think it was 87. Filmed over 3 nights at the Pantages Theater here in Hollywood, California. It's, I think, a blueprint for, concert films to follow. I think it was kind of the first of its kind. I certainly haven't seen... Woodstock definitely was before. It was definitely more of a documentary than a concert film. This is just... there was also The Last Waltz. I'm thinking more and more. Still, it was... The Last Waltz was somewhat different. Again, more of a document of a night. This is more of a document of a career, really, with the band. This, again, is just... It doesn't offer any insight into the personality other than performance of the band. Again, there's no... pun not intended, but there's no talking heads in this film. We never get any backstage access. We never get any interviewer asking any question to any of the people involved. Instead, we just see them perform. The film is directed by Barry Levinson. I think this was pretty much conceived by David Byrne. I'm not sure if the rest of the tour looked like this, or if this was just a 3-night stand at the Pantages that was just specifically designed for the film and those 3 nights. I didn't know if the rest of the world tour, resembled this stage design and what am I trying to say? Show, I guess. The music was amazing. I've listened to this soundtrack many times. I've seen the film many times. This is the first time seeing it on the big screen. It looked good. It was a 35 millimeter print. From what I could tell, it was British because it had like a British rating system before the film that I was unfamiliar with. So it was not British, European. So it was a archival European 35 millimeter print. Looked really good. The sound was spectacular. That, of course, was some concern to me. Because I knew it was going to be 35 millimeter print, and I was like, well, do I want to spend the money to, go see a concert film where the sound will be muddied? But I did anyway. The image, at times was a little bit dull, scratchy, but most of it was rather pristine. The last half hour of the film, it seemed, was flawless in terms of quality. The sound was fantastic throughout. It was loud, was rocking. I kind of treated this as a concert-going experience. I realize that I will never see the Talking Heads in concert in my life. Unless I can somehow manage it as well as he can, I will never see David Byrne perform in person, which is sad. So again, I just kind of looked at this as the opportunity to try as close as I might to get to seeing the Talking Heads in concert. So I treated it as a concert. I was kind of hoping that people with me would have flipped out a little bit more. It is very dancey, so there was, I guess the crowd got into it. The crowd got into it. I'd say by halfway through, people were cheering and screaming along and, just being a little bit more rambunctious, the concert feel. That definitely made for an enjoyable viewing experience. The cinematography is great. Again, the camera work is very good. You're just right there. You're right there on stage with them. It's an immersive experience. I think it's a blueprint for the modern day concert film. I haven't seen too many better examples at all, really. I don't know what else to say. If you're a fan of the Talking Heads and you've never seen this film, definitely check it out. It exists in pretty much every format. I was, again, overjoyed to see it on the big screen. I always say if you can see something you love on the big screen, you'll love it even more, and that holds true here. The music's amazing. You just got to see it. You just got to see it. If you're a fan of music, especially the Talking Heads, you've probably already seen it, as well as own it, or if not, the soundtrack. But just a fan of music in general. Film, I think, again, it's a blueprint for the concert film. So I think it's important in that aspect. And again, just Barry Levinson showing that he can work in any genre. And again, just to watch David Byrne perform, I think is an honor. It's a spectacle. This film has some of the best dancing for my money. The choreography is fantastic. Love it. There's just nothing I don't love about the movie. I don't know what else to say. It's a great time. It's a great time, and it was a fantastic time in the movie theater. So there you go. That's Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads concert film, and it's hefty Hall of Fame. It's an 11 for me. Thank you very much.